Hello my beautiful creative humans and welcome back. I swear this week has just been such a waiting game. We're still waiting on the design revisions from the cabinet company, but in the meantime I did finally get to talk to the Countertop company and they were so nice. I talked to this really nice lady named Megan and she helped us kind of understand what the process is going to look like when it comes to selecting our countertops. And then we'll get to go actually like look at and pick out a slab, which is crazy. Like we've never done anything like that before, so we're really excited. But in the meantime, during this waiting game, I figured why not kind of go through some of the design process with you guys on how we envision this kitchen looking. Obviously the cabinets are one thing, but there's a lot of elements that go into a kitchen that make it a functioning thing. We have the cabinets, the countertop, which are the biggest things in our brains because they're the highest cost items as of right now. But we also have all of the hardware pulls. We have the sink and the little soap dispenser on the sink, and do we want to add in a water filtration system? Do we want to paint the walls a certain color? Do we want to add in new light fixtures? It's a whole thing and the budget is just crying, but it's fine. Yes, we're going over budget, but yes, obviously my husband and I have talked ad nauseum about this project and what we're willing to put into it and also what we'll eventually get out of it. So it is not for none, that is for sure. I want to take you guys through the whole design process of what we're gonna do. So what I'm doing right now is essentially pulling together all of the elements that we want to purchase, that we're thinking of purchasing, and seeing if they all look good together. So I've pulled a bunch of stuff into Canva and I want to go over it with you guys. The first thing that is obvious is we know the cabinets finally that we want to go with. Since we're going with white cabinets and we have black hardware in our kitchen right now, I kind of want to switch it up and I want to go for some brass, like a kind of like aged brass vibe. So these cabinet pulls might look familiar to you because yes, I use them on our dresser makeovers and I really like them. Like they have a little bit of texture. They're not just like straight bars, which is what we have right now. I just want it to feel a little bit more curated. And then this is what I need your guys' help on. I'm having a little bit of a hard time figuring out what I want to do with the paint. I really do think I want to paint the kitchen walls. They do need to be painted regardless because the walls just aren't in great condition right now. So we're gonna have to strip them back a little bit, sand stuff down, patch things, and then go from there. So regardless, it needs a coat of fresh paint, but I don't know what to do, so I need your help. Right now, here's what we're working with. The color Pashmina by Benjamin Moore is what's behind our bed in our primary bedroom. And then Smoky Ash is what I painted the dressers, which I know we all are a little bit still questioning. Like, I don't know how I feel about Smoky Ash still, but I do love the color and I want to make it work. That being said, one of my best friends recently redid her kitchen and her cabinets are the color Mocha Cream, which in real life is like a very bright, almost white color. It's like a very bright off-white. They read more white than they do this tan color. And then she has beadboard in her kitchen area that is the color Baja Dunes. And I love it. Like those are two beautiful colors. I think they match beautifully. And so I'm wondering, since our cabinets are going to be this pure white color, I really want to warm up the space. Do I paint the kitchen Baja Dunes? But then my dilemma comes in of like, if I'm painting the kitchen Baja Dunes, I want to carry that color somewhere else into the house. Should I repaint the beadboard behind our bed Baja Dunes? And then do the cabinets that I just refinished, do those match Baja Dunes since they're painted Smoky Ash? Do you see where I'm going with this? This is what I've been thinking about for like 3 days now. So I think I want to go with Baja Dunes. And I think I'm just going to set aside the primary bedroom and think about it later. We're going to refocus our brain on kitchen land and what do we want for the kitchen. So I think I'm going to go with Baja Dunes because right now that is the color that just speaks to my soul. And it's a little bit more warm toned than Pashmina, which does have a lighter, almost green undertone. Please let me know what you think though, because I love Baja Dunes, I love Pashmina, I love all of these colors, but I want to make sure that I'm choosing the right combination of colors because again, cabinets are going to be pure white. So we're gonna need to warm that up somehow. Moving on. When I was talking on the phone with the countertop lady, she was telling me about a really popular style of granite that is like more of those warmer brown tones, but still pretty bright.
So we do have some materials here that you're more than welcome to come and check out.
We would love that.
I would say one of our biggest sellers for our business is a fantasy brown quartzite. It gives you light and dark colors. It kind of gives you that exotic look with a really fair price.
Nice.
And we do a lot of that, but with that one, you gotta pick it and love it because those lots change so much in the mountains.
Totally.
So
yeah.
Once you find it, you're like, I love that. We nail it down. We love it because it looks pretty, but
yep.
it's also very affordable.
Totally. No, that's music to my ears.
Get a ton to look at. Though, if you tell them that you're on a budget, they will guide you to standard, level 2, possibly level 3, depending on if they have clearance, anything.
Yeah.
It'll give you a little bit more to look at. You guys will be able to narrow down, by far. And
totally.
We've got quite a few different fantasy brown lots too that we could also bring in from there.
Awesome. So I would love that.
I will text you this information so you've kind of nailed something down and you have a delivery date for your cabinets. We'll be able to put something in the schedule.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. This has been so helpful.
I'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Okay. Bye. They were so nice. Oh my god, I love nice people. And she was able to send me a link to go look at like actual slabs that are on site that they have right now. So this is one of them. And you know, I don't know if I'm gonna like it in person, but right now I'm pretty into it. I definitely like the left side of the slab more where it stays away from these like darker green tones. But this one just kind of has all of the tones that I think we're gonna wanna carry through in this kitchen. I love things being on the warmer side. I love the light brown tones, but I also don't want it to be too dark because I really wanna brighten the space. So this one is called Fantasy Brown, which I know she said is one of the more popular ones that she's been seeing go off the shelves lately. We're really hoping to get a remnant so that it's more affordable because we really don't have that much countertop space that we need. Once we get there and actually look at the slabs, we'll see how we feel, but this is kind of where my brain is heading right now. Something like this with some brown tones in it, or something that's even like a little bit more neutral with less movement. That would be fine by me as well. The next big thing on the list that is a costly item is the kitchen sink. So right now we found one for I think $337 from Home Depot, and it is a stainless steel, but it's like a gunmetal texture and color. So it's darker and it doesn't look like it doesn't have that shine or sheen to it where it could easily get scratched. So that's what we're working with right now. I really like this option, and it's one of the more affordable options that we found. I know some of you might be surprised that we're choosing a black sink, but the reason being is because I am terrified of a white sink. Like, I just feel like it would get ruined very easily. And the biggest thing with anything that we're doing is that we really want to focus on the longevity of it. And we're also keeping in mind that our appliances are black and sterling silver. So we still want to tie that aspect in as well. That's the sink that we found right now. I think we will probably end up going with it, but we'll see. We might find something better. One of my good friends who just redid their kitchen and bought a new sink said that this grate thing is like a must-have and that she refuses to live without it anymore. So I'm gonna trust her judgment on that, and I also refuse to live without it. Next on the roster is the faucet. As you guys might have seen, we do have a faucet that is pretty copy and paste to this one, but it's in black. We've had that one for 3 or 4 years now, and it is getting a little like dinged up here and there, but it's still a perfectly great faucet. So we love it, and we want to get the same one, but in gold. We just want to continue to carry through those brass tones. Next thing we have is the little soap dispenser. Again, we already have one in black. We're gonna upgrade it to one in brass. This is why I'm glad I'm putting them right next to each other though, because I don't think the brass tones of these two match. So we might have to find a different soap dispenser that is a little bit more of that brushed brass as opposed to that yellow gold. So we're gonna stand by on that. We're also very aware that we need to add in a light fixture. Right now we have one over the sink, but it is not hardwired in. It is very much a DIY and it's plugged into the wall. And it's worked great for us for the last 4 years, but we need to add in like a light box above the sink in the attic and have like an actual light that like comes down from it. So one option that I found is something like this. It's pretty cost effective. It's definitely, again, more of that like yellowy gold as opposed to like brass, but I do like it, and it's very charming and adds more of that like texture that I'm looking for. Before we buy any light fixtures though, I really want to keep checking Facebook Marketplace, and I also really want to go to some of my local thrift stores to see if we can find something cooler and a little bit more ornate that we can have as like a statement, like little chandelier to light the island. Because that part of the kitchen gets really dark at night if we didn't have that light there. There's one more light fixture option that I found that I really love, and it is this one. It's just so cute. Like it just like, I feel like that would add so much more light to that space and just continue to brighten up and open the whole room. And it's cool. It's like visually appealing. It's cool. I love a little chandelier moment. We don't have any kind of spaces for that in our house, so something cool like that would be really fun. But that one's like over $200, so I'm hoping to find something like that. Speaking of light fixtures, I have an update for you. I was scrolling Facebook Marketplace this morning and I came across this vintage Tiffany hanging light. I'm not positive if it's like authentic vintage Tiffany or if it's vintage style Tiffany. I still have to do research on it, and she's giving it to me for $50. Because I was trying so hard to find something that was a little bit curated and eclectic and cool, and this one will work perfectly because the chain itself, he said, the chain is 40 inches long and we have an additional 60 inches of chain to go with it. It's a hard wire, the wires are all there and work. So that gives us lots of room to play with, whether we want to just like hang it straight down over the sink or if we want to like have a light box junction thing, I don't know, the place where the light plugs into or is hardwired to, and then like have it attached to the ceiling and then like kind of swag down like one of those. We got options now because there's a lot of chain to play with. And it's like 14 inches wide, 13 inches tall, so it's definitely a statement piece like I was searching for. And it's just really pretty. I think it's cool. It's got the warmer tones that I want to continuously pull through and pull out of the kitchen now that we're taking some of that away. That's the update. We're gonna go pick it up tomorrow. We're gonna go pick up the lamp. The light? It's not a lamp. It's a light. Oh, she's beautiful. I mean, it's definitely bigger than I thought it was. But it's a statement piece. Also a little pinker than I thought it was gonna be, but I like the pink. Strapped in and ready to go. Yeah, she's a big lady. I really hope that since we're gonna take those upper cabinets out, that it's gonna not be too large. That's the thought process. It's gonna not have anything visually up there drawing your eye up. So now we'll have this big lady to take up the visual space
big bitch.
and be a nice statement piece. Oh. Because it's gonna go like, but it'll be higher. It'll be higher.
I'm not gonna need the extra chain.
No, not at all. Oh, brother. Yeah. Oh. I think it's gonna look so cool.
It'll be even higher too.
Yeah.
because-
We're not gonna have those cabinets there. Okay, you can put it down.
Okay.
I love it. There's one more thing that I have pulled right now, and it is this little rug option. So this particular rug is from Amazon, but I want to find something similar to it. Again, I feel like this is something I could find at a thrift store. It needs to be 5x7 to fit in the space, but I just want something that continues to pull in those warm, neutral tones. And honestly, it could probably even be a little warmer than this. Like, I love a statement rug. And I have a big statement rug in here. I don't know if you can see it. It's the red one that we have in our living room. And she is gorgeous. And I love her so much. So this is everything that we have pulled together so far. I know it's definitely like a very neutral mixture of things. And I do think we have the opportunity to utilize the rug as like a pop of color to spice it up a little bit. But I love taking this method of just like putting everything in Canva, seeing what it all looks like together, and then we can really make educated decisions on what we want. What do we like? What do we want? Do we think all of these items will work together before we purchase it and spend a bunch of money on it and have to worry about returns if we don't like it? Like, already I can see that I'm not into the mismatching tones of all of the brass and gold that's in here. So that is gonna need to be revised. Our friend Ashley also sent us this water filter that we are highly considering getting, because right now we just use a life straw like canister thing that we refill over and over and over again every day. And the only reason we're thinking about incorporating something like this right now at this stage in the kitchen game is because when we get our countertops, apparently drilling holes for like the soap dispenser and a water filter dispenser thing is free. So if we're gonna do it, I would rather know that we're gonna do it up front instead of having to like add that on later. Like I wanna drill that hole for free now instead of having someone come back in and drilling in my kitchen. Heck no. So that's the water filter we might potentially go with. And then I found this little faucet. Actually, my friend found this little faucet for us. So let's pull her in and see if she matches the vibe. I love Canva so much. See, okay, I really do like this. Again, the tones are a little bit different. I like that the arch on this little spout also matches the arch that we're working with for the main faucet. And then the water filter would connect to the little tap dispenser thing. I think that's everything that we've curated so far. And I really love it. I love the direction we're going. And now it's just a matter of making sure that our brass tones match, that we like the paint color in the space. I'll do a swatch and we'll see. And getting these cabinets actually ordered. I wish that we could have done it already this week, but the design revisions just aren't ready yet. So we're still waiting on that. And then once we get those back and double check everything, we will order those and then we'll be off to the races, baby. Hopefully we can start actually doing something next week. But if you guys have any suggestions on the paint colors, on hardware, on anything that's going into this kitchen, I would really love your thoughts and opinions, because now's the time. Once we buy things and we have things solidified, like maybe I won't want opinions. Kidding, I'm kidding. But like now is the time. If you have a link to something that you're like, hey, this is budget friendly, you should check this out, please leave me a comment, send me a link, let me know what you think. Didn't mean to rhyme that, but I would really love your opinion and your thoughts, especially now that you've seen kind of where my brain is at with the design, and we'll go from there. I'm so excited. As always, guys, thank you so much for being here. If you liked today's video, please leave me a comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you next week. Hopefully with more updates. Hopefully with actually being able to demo this kitchen or order cabinets or something.